live, live with Tao. Energy moving within is benediction, is the beginning. Energy moving within is the beginning. Constantly, life energy moves outside. Whatsoever we do, through the eyes, through the sense organs, the energy moves outward. And it is constantly happening. Nearly 80% of life energy moves through the eyes. That's why, as we interact into the world of objects and beings, every moment something or the other is coming in, energy is moving out, and by the time you go, let's say for example, you are going through a marketplace, you are going out, walking through the shopping mall. There are various shops and many things are being displayed that are constantly sending you an invitation. You look into that. Your energy moves out. By the time you come back, you are exhausted, not because you are tired physically, but you are tired in a different manner. You see and passing through in front of an electronic shop, and these shopkeepers try to arrange their things in such a way that you must draw, they must draw your attention towards them, whether it is smartphones, whether it is the laptops or anything else. Constant advertisement. The garment owners, they display various models and they use the mannequin to display the dresses, attractive dresses. When you see these attractive maternity outfits, the other types of garments, they pull your attention towards it. If you are courting, and then you will be attracted towards these. And you say that I saw a beautiful house dress or a nightie or a top. So your energy has moved out. Then you see pair of shoes, handbags, cosmetics. Advertisements are being used to attract your attention. And through all these means, your energy constantly moves outward. And this is happening every moment. You have no control over it. So by the time you come back home from the marketplace, you are exhausted. Not because of walking, but because your major part of your energy has moved outward. This is constantly happening moment to moment. Why does this happen? Because 80% of your energy, even if you does not know anything about it, is moving outward. And the moment while walking through the busy marketplace, you come back home refreshed, you get the fresh air, whatever it is, You go to the beach, but you come back from the beach more tired because your energy is moving outward. Whereas the fresh breeze, the water, the sea water, swimming in that must relax you. And that can happen only when your energies move within. But it does not happen. Your energies move outwardly. You see, your attention goes on the people there. You lose contact within. Outside becomes more relevant to you. If while going there, without energy moving outward, your energy is conserved. Sufis use 11 commandments or 11 kalmat. Some of these are very relevant. Nazar bar kadam, let your gaze be always on your feet. Always on feet means your attention is not moving left and right. The objects and beings that are moving around you are placed on either side, have no attraction for you. Hosh dardam. Constantly, hosh means awareness, alertness. You are alert. You are walking through the marketplace to go because you have to pass through that area in order to reach to the temple, the place of worship. But by the time we reach the place of worship or temple or anything else, your energies are exhausted. It has been drained out. Energy was constantly moving towards those objects and beings that you see on the way. So, when your energy is already exhausted, by the time you reach there, there is nothing for you to absorb. When going there and you remain refreshed, why does this happen? Because your energy is moving within, it is not draining outward. 80% of life's energy that was moving through the eyes is not moving outward, instead it is moving withinwards. It becomes a constant waterfall, like a waterfall, even unaware. It goes on falling on his heart. The same energy that moves out goes on falling on his heart center. That is why invocation of the heart center is very important. That is why Sufis focus on the word Kalb Zakir Huna, one whose heart is constantly become like a waterfall, that the same energy that was moving out goes on falling on the heart center, that was once upon a time like a hard rock. Constantly what energy is falling on the rock-like heart, drop by drop. Water is very weak as compared to the rock, but the energy of the water constantly falling slowly and slowly makes its inroad into rock-like heart, rock like heart center, and then heart becomes awakened, awakes. Deep faith in existence through that arises an individual that changes the quality of your being. In ancient India, blind men were very much respected. Respected because their wisdom eye or pragyan chakshu was open. The same you can do with your eyes. And the technique is very simple that will help your energy which was going out begins to fall upon your heart center. If it falls on the heart, you become as light as possible. So during the meditation sessions, or when you are in the company of the awakened one, this is what it is happening. Constantly, the energy that was going outward, like a waterfall, is constantly falling on your heart center. You feel as if the whole body has become like feather, as if gravitation has absolutely no effect on it. The gravitational pull of the objects and beings as you are walking through the busy marketplace does not have any attraction for you. What used to happen before, when some of you have complained, has mentioned that while walking through the marketplace, you hear the people making remarks, looking at you, but now all that disappears because those are meaningless for you. You are simply moving in your own rhythm, inner rhythm. Nothing is affecting. And immediately you are connected with the deepest source of being, which revitalizes you. You want to know what is the secret of revitalizing yourself? The direction of the energy that was moving outward is no more moving outward. Instead, it is nourishing and nurturing your being. Look at yourself. What used to happen to you earlier is not happening now. The heart was empty, so you are trying to fill. There was no inner joy or fulfillment. So you are seeking it from outside objects and beings. The moment you have experienced a smallest iota of fulfillment, bliss within, you are constantly moving in your own inner rhythm, constant memory, constant remembrance of that which has been responsible for the transformation, for the change of this direction of energy from outward to withinward. For Tantra, deep sleep revitalizes you, not because of sleep, but just because the energy which was moving out is moving in. Meditation is in a way. When you come for these live sessions or you listen to the overflows, it takes you into a state of trance, which in yoga term known as yoga nidra. You are not fallen asleep, but yet still there remains a tandra. Tandra means a very sensitive sleep. In a way, it appears you are asleep, but you are not asleep. The slightest noise, you are awake. Look at the dog. Dog is the greatest example of yoga nidra. They may be looking like sleeping. The moment there is a simple pin drops, dog becomes alert. So you become like that. So deep sleep revitalizes you not because you have fallen asleep, just because the energy which was moving out has changed its direction and has begun to move within. This is what these individual sessions or the association of the awakened one does, changes the direction of energy from outward movement to inward movement. If you know this secret, then what an ordinary man is doing in 6 hours or 8 hours sleep, you can do within minutes. Some of you have explained, mentioned that their energy level is much higher now, what it used to be before. Introspect, what is the reason for it? The reason, just like the water keeps on falling on the rock silently, without saying anything, without making any hue and cry, big advertisement, it constantly falls every moment. And in that, it makes a hole into the hard rock. So when you are in love with an awakened one, so nothing else, or you are in love, I'm talking about with an awakened one itself a different quality. Otherwise, once you have known what love is, you are in love with love. In love with love means that which is. The energy is not moving outward, like constantly, drop by drop. It is falling on the hard, rock-like heart. It is making inroads, and the energy is consuming within. With that, you feel refreshed. Always refreshed. Even a few minutes of sleep, and you have gone within. What an ordinary man is doing in 8 hours, really he is not doing. He is allowing nature to do something, and he is not aware of what it is. A mysterious process is happening in your sleep. One of the basic thing is that your energy is not moving out. It goes on falling in your heart, and that revitalizes you. You are, in a way, a constant deep bath with your energy. You are taking a shower, a perpetual shower with your own energy. Something more about this moving energy. You might have observed that whenever there is a dominant man or dominant person, he always stares in your eyes. A master does that. Whenever there is a dominant person, he looks down. He looks down. Slaves, servants, and anyone who is inferior to someone, will never stare in the eyes of his superior. But the superior can stare. Kings can stare. But standing before a king, standing in the audience of the king, you are not supposed to stare. That would be an offense. You have to look down. Really, with your eyes, your energy moves. It can become a kind of a subtle violence. And not only a man, even with animals. When two strangers meet, two animals meet, they stare each other in their eyes just to judge who is going to be superior and who is going to take the role of the inferior. And once one animal looks down, the thing is decided. Then they will not fight. The thing is over. It is now taken for granted who is superior. Even children play the game of staring into each other's eyes, and whenever and whoever looks away is defeated and they are right. And in that process, that's why it says that that person makes me uncomfortable. The awakened one, his eyes are fixed. It's not that he is staring at you. There is a difference. When you are making an effort to stare, you say, why are you staring at me? But with awakened one, his energy is not moving outward. When energy is not moving outward, there are no thought process going on. The eyes become fixed. When eyes becomes fixed, it looks like the eyes are more alive and constantly radiating the energy, constantly radiating a kind of a magnetic field. And that creates the magnetic field around the master. And you are bathing in that energy constantly. He's not making any effort. It is natural and spontaneous for him. No effort. But it is the way the mind becomes thoughtless. No thoughts moving. The mind is still. That's why often there is a composition which my grandfather Sufi Brij Mohan Lal used to sing. जब दिल को नींद आ जाती है और रूह भी कुछ गाफिल होती है, फिर मैं ही अकेला होता हूँ और यार की महफिल होती है. When heart falls asleep, जब दिल को नींद आ जाती है and रूह, the being gets intoxicated, then I am all alone. There is the company of the beloved, of the friend. यार की महफिल होती है. कल साहिल वालों से रो रो ये डूबने वाले कहते थे, जो मौज डुबा दे तूफान को वो मौज ही साहिल होती है. कल साहिल वालों से, those who have been standing on the shore, these who were drowning in that blissful existence, used to say the mauj, that wave of awakening, that wave of bliss, that wave of joy that drowns, that alone is the shore. That alone is the shore. On the stage, when someone comes to speak or act, he becomes very afraid. a great trembling begins to happen. Even with those who are long in profession, old actors, even they come on the stage, a fear grips them. It is said about the British Prime Minister, Winston Churchill. He says that it is said, he was asked that you do not feel any kind of a stage fear when you are on the stage. But what he said is in a way relevant, but it does not have any trace, iota of spiritual awakening. He says that when I come to the stage, to the podium to speak, I feel that I am the only wise man and the rest of them are fools. But this is not the case with the awakened one. He is natural and spontaneous. There is no question of superiority or inferiority. For him, he comes with an awakening, with an understanding that everyone is Buddha. Everyone is capable of blossoming into beautiful flowers. So that gives the confidence to the listener, to the one who comes in the company. There is no question of that he is superior. It is that in the garden there are many buds and many flowers, but each bud is a potentiality for blossoming into a beautiful flower. Today I have blossomed, tomorrow will be the opportunity for you to blossom, and when both are blossoming into full splendor and glory, that will enhance the beauty of the garden. So that is what it is happening. Until yesterday, your bud was not open. Its beauty was not relevant. Beauty was not manifesting. But constantly this process of opening of the bud is happening and you are unaware. Constantly the water is falling from the waterfall drop by drop. Drop by drop. Bit by bit, your bud is opening. But you are not aware of it. When it blossoms, its beauty and fragrance begins to spread, only then you come to realize, oh, I can write something, I can sing this. And this begins to reflect through every activity that you perform. And that is what we call the miracle. So Buddha is aware that, and he knows that each one of you is awakened one. So when he comes, there is no stage fear because he is natural and spontaneous. There is no question of inferiority or superiority. There is no fear. From the eyes of Buddha, of an awakened one, a different type of energy is flowing. And from the eyes of Winston Churchill, from the eyes of Adolf Hitler, a totally different kind of energy moves. If you look at Buddha's eyes, the eyes of an awakened one, you look at the eyes of Osho, look at the eyes of Ramakrishna, there is an aliveness. There is an acceptance of you. If you look at eyes of awakened one, there is a total acceptance and welcome of you. They welcome you through their eyes. They become a door for you to come in. If you look at the eyes of a Winston Churchill or Hitler, there is a rejection for you. Eyes is the door to inwardness. Look into the eyes of an awakened one. Look into the eyes of a Gautam Buddha or Osho. There is a constant, that pull is the pull of total acceptance of what you are. And that total acceptance that you feel in his company becomes attraction for you, a great pull. That energy pulls you. They welcome you. The eyes become a door. The eyes of an awakened one are his tacit weapon. His eyes are the weapon of compassion. The quality of the eyes changes. Sooner or later, we come to measure the eye energy, and then there will be no need to know much about the man. Just eye energy and its quality will show the type of man is hidden behind the physical form. Behind the physical form of a Gautam Buddha, you see something different. Just the eye energy and the quality will show the type of the person hidden behind. So, the eyes of an awakened one are constantly welcoming you. This welcome becomes a pull, an unavoidable pull. That's why sometimes the persons say that I feel constant pull towards you. That pull is not of the physical, that pull is of the inner. That pull is the pull of compassion. The love has transformed in an awakened one as compassion. Enough for now.